Hello, my name is Jessie Hall and my student number is 206-78470. I am in my first year of university and in my second semester 2024. And today I will be going through the case study with the primary school students. So firstly, I would just like to take the time to introduce the topic and some of the challenges that have been identified throughout the case study. So Maria, who is the teacher, has been teaching for 4 years now and is currently teaching year 2. Maria has stated that there is a vast variety of children with different backgrounds and learning abilities within her classroom. Maria has also stated that she wants all of her children to feel as if it is a safe and inclusive learning environment for all her children, no matter their starting point. So Maria has incorporated some strategies within her teaching approach to support her safe and inclusive environment. Maria will start her first lesson off of the day with a morning circle, and each child will share a goal that they would like to achieve for that day. The children will then split off into smaller groups to complete their maths and English, and these groups will be determined by their levels. When the children come back from lunch and recess, Maria has incorporated a variety of mindfulness activities into her routine. And these will cater to the children with behavioural challenges, and this will help them regain their focus and manage their emotions. There are then collaborative exercises in art and social studies that Maria will pair children with different abilities. I will now identify the key issues within the case study that will affect both Maria and the children. It has been identified that there are a small group of children in the classroom who are disengaged and unmotivated to participate within the learning activities. This will impact the children negatively later in their learning, as there will be a gap within their learning. I will now identify the key issues within the case study that affect both Maria and the children. It has been identified that there is a small group of children within the classroom who are disengaged and unmotivated to participate within the learning activities. This will impact the children negatively later, as there will be a gap in their learning, therefore creating a mental struggle for the children, as already noted within the case study. They are having feelings of anxiousness, frustration, and low self-esteem, and these could all potentially worsen. These children have been identified to be from the low socioeconomic background and come to class with unfinished homework and without the necessary resources. This will be difficult for Maria to navigate what groups they need to be in to gain their required knowledge at their appropriate skill level. Children who do not have the appropriate resources when coming to school could potentially borrow from a buddy, but this will also become a very difficult situation for Maria and the children to navigate. In the case study, Maria has incorporated some strategies to help her children feel more comfortable and begin to love learning. Maria has incorporated a growth mindset language to her teaching approach, where she slowly teaches the children to be proud of their accomplishments, whether they are big or small, and to take their mistakes as learning opportunities. This is a great way to get the children to understand to choose that they can be happy and embrace their life as it comes, and to take control of their learning. It was also noted that Maria had contacted the school counsellor to explore the additional support strategies. This is good as not all of the children might feel comfortable to speak with Maria due to their comfortability, and Maria might not always have the time, as she has to look out for all 26 of her students. Maria has also initiated a partnership with the local community centre to provide after-school tutoring. This is a great way for the children to take control of their learning in smaller groups or even on a one-on-one basis, and this will benefit their goals towards their education. These children might also be bullied due to their situation or feel inferior compared to the other students in their classroom. Looking at the children's context, they might not be able to share more time than they already do share at school due to their responsibilities at home. So my recommendations for Maria's classroom would be to know and respect your students, and this would consist of knowing the context of their situations, understanding that they are time poor, which means that a lot of these low socioeconomic children take on a lot of the carer responsibilities, so they'll have less time for their studies, which means that they will inevitably be left behind. To learn about your students, who they are and how they learn, and effectively communicate with the children and possibly the parents if that's a possibility. Offer your students flexibility, variety and choice, teaching and technology. So we see this from Devlin and McKay in a report from teaching students using technology, facilitating success for students from low socioeconomic status backgrounds in Australian universities. And they state that in particular these the use of range of resources and media facilitating interactive and connected learning, enabling personalized learning and assuring high academic standards were found to contribute to student success. So we can also do this using interactive teaching styles and being flexible around the due dates and variety within the assessments themselves. To also make the expectations using clear and accessible language, having real life examples, accessible language examples. So these could just be prompts around the room, even if they have like a little book that they can have. When I was in high school, we had for English, we had little keyring quote cards, and this really helped, especially for studying for the HSC exams. Doing stuff like that would really help these children excel within their learning. We can also scaffold their learning, so taking a step-by-step process, and then also peer learning, and then also just be available and approachable to guide student learning as well. These are also my references. Thank you so much for the opportunity.